There's a coming day when all this will fade. But until then,
welcome back to Tank Maintenance. In this one I got a tub shower handle that's leaking from the handle. It doesn't matter where you turn the water on. You can turn the water on the cold side, but it's just coming through on the hot side, even with just the cold side turned on. And actually anything else, anywhere else that was turned on, just a change of pressure was causing it to leak. The cartridge had recently been replaced due to a clog in the plumbing from an underground repair. And so pull it apart, take a look. These use these plastic cartridges. It's a Nibco Phoenix 3-dot cartridge, but I imagine this repair could be done on most any other type of valve like this with a similar situation. Just have to take the extension off, take a peek inside. Oh yeah, got water. So as you can see there, when the water is turned on, it leaks. But as well as when water on the cold side is turned on, it leaks. And actually, if you turned it on at the bathroom faucet or any other faucet, it leaks as well. A nice thing on the design of these is most of the time it doesn't leak behind the wall because of the design of the extension as well as the escutcheon sleeve. It generally would leak from the handle and really not leak behind the wall, though it is technically possible. Anyway, pull this one out and I'll take a peek inside and you'll see what's going on. You see around the outer sidewall? Yeah, it's got, looks like at some point a cartridge got stuck in there and was drilled out. You can see several spots where it looks like the drill bit bit into the grooves and the threads. Now the threads are still holding strong, but with those grooves there, it's just letting a little bit of water past. So yeah, it's probably a $500 or $600 repair, as you'd have to cut out the back wall and change the entire valve, but got an easier fix here. Okay, so what's going on? That one's been drilled out, and it actually drilled the threads. So I tried using Teflon tape, but that didn't get it. And so what I'm going to use instead is this leak seal self-fusing tape. It's a silicone, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top portion of this and get it going. So I'm going to have to do a little creative approach, but it should do the trick. And everything is going to be, there's no problem with this ever popping out on its own, in that it's held also by the extension and the cartridge extension, so it should work out really good. And anyway, this stuff is pretty cool stuff. I'm just going to need to fold it over and tear off enough to just go around once or twice. But I'm going to have to, here, I'll just tear off a piece here. Cut off a piece anyway. And since I'm going to have to double it when I fold it in half sideways, it's going to be a bit tricky. There we go. And here we go. So we're going to fold this in half this way. So on this one I was able to turn the hot water off and change the cartridge. And the nice thing, I knew that it was leaking, you know, when you turn the cold side on, so instead of having to turn the water back on right away, I could actually test it right there just by turning the cold water on each time. And then, you know, when I thought I had it completely worked out, then I could turn the hot water back on. This one did take a few runs at it. actually was still leaking here a tiny bit. This was with the Teflon tape, and that didn't work. And then once I used the silicone tape, it took me a couple runs at it to get it right, but I eventually got it worked out. The nice thing about the repair is that if it ever did leak again, it would show up at the handle again, so not too big of a deal to redo the repair. But once it's in there, and I proved it. Here it was still leaking. I had to redo it, pulled it back apart, give it another shot, rewrapped it. And this time a little bit overlapping more of the end. Nope, there it was, still leaking. I had to do it again. Again, it took a few runs at it, but once I proved it out and got it, it's a done deal. So good to go now. Yep, definitely tricky, but finally got it to work. The silicone sealed it off just right. It probably would have cost me $500 or more to replace the entire valve, but able to fix it with $10 worth of this silicone treatment. No big deal. Now, if I ever have to replace the cartridge, I'll just have to rewrap it again and do the same thing. But, it's going to be a long time down the road. Hopefully someone sees this video if they change that cartridge.
There is a plan for us to earn what we see. This is why it's called a planet. It's a planet. It's a plan. It's a plan for this planet. This will fade. There's a coming day. Are you ready? Right through this message, written for this message. Save us. Boo. And died for us, took all our garbage upon himself, gives us his righteousness to know.